My name is Lena. Before we continue, please like and subscribe. I grew up in a small apartment at the edge of the city, where the walls were thin and dreams had to be quiet so they wouldn't break. We didn't have much, just enough to survive, but my mother always said a kind heart could carry you farther than money ever could. I believed her. Every morning, I tied my apron and worked at the cafe down the street. The smell of coffee, the sound of rain tapping the windows, that was my world. Simple, honest, safe. Until the day he walked in. It was raining hard that afternoon. I remember because the sky looked as heavy as my thoughts. Then the cafe door opened and a boy stepped inside, wearing a coat that probably cost more than everything I owned. His name was Adrian. At first, I thought he was just another rich boy escaping the rain. But when our eyes met, something changed. He looked lost, not angry or proud, just lonely. I smiled without thinking, and he smiled back. That moment stayed with me longer than I expected. Adrian started coming to the cafe often, too often for it to be a coincidence. We talked while I cleaned tables. He asked about my dreams. No one had ever asked me that before, not seriously. I told him I wanted to be an artist, even though I couldn't afford paint or lessons. He told me he had everything, yet felt like nothing belonged to him. That confused me. How could someone with so much feel so empty? But as I looked into his eyes, I understood. We began spending time together after my shifts, walking under streetlights, sharing stories, laughing at things that didn't matter. With him, I forgot about bills and exhaustion. With me, he said he forgot about expectations and pressure. I knew we came from different worlds, but when he held my hand, none of that mattered. Love doesn't ask for permission, it just happens. And I fell, slowly, deeply, and completely. Then reality caught up with us. His family found out about me. One night, Adrian didn't come. I waited at our usual spot until the streets were empty and the air turned cold. My phone stayed silent. My heart understood before my mind did. I told myself the truth hurt less than hope. I wasn't from his world, and maybe I never would be. So I left without saying goodbye, because loving him meant letting him go. I poured my pain into art. Every broken feeling became a brushstroke. Every tear turned into color. Slowly, I began to heal, not because I forgot him, but because I found myself. I learned that love should never make you feel small. Months later, I saw him again. He stood in front of my paintings at a small art show, eyes full of tears. He looked different, lighter, freer. He told me he walked away from everything. I told him he didn't lose anything. He found who he truly was. This time, he didn't choose me over his world. He chose us over fear. We didn't become rich. We didn't become famous. But we became real. Two souls from different worlds who met, broke, healed, and chose each other again. And that was the greatest love story of all.